How about this? Let's do it now. Does Jalen Hurts right now give you a chance at $50 million starting March 30th, a year? Does he give you a chance to win the Super Bowl? If you were to answer that question, like the one in Dallas is being asked, is Dak going to win, give you a chance to win a Super Bowl? Do you believe Jalen Hurts, starting March 13th, making $50 million, is going to give you a chance to win a Super Bowl? All these organizations have to ask that question. I don't think it's a bad question. I don't think it's an indictment on anybody. But think about the money you're going to spend. The more money you spend on a quarterback, the less you're going to spend on lesser pieces around him. You better be damn sure. Some would go like this. Well, Sills, you always go to Kansas City. Right. The contract, you could pay Patrick Mahomes $70 million a year, and it'd be worth it. You know why? They don't need anybody. They really don't need anybody. He carries an organization on his back. And he helps them financially. It's what Brady did also. They never spent a lot of money in offense. Outside of the O-line and Brady and some money to Gronk, they never spent a ton of money. They didn't spend money on Randy Moss. They didn't spend money on Deion Branch. They didn't spend a ton of money on Wes Welker. They didn't spend a ton of money on them guys. You look at what Peyton Manning did. Peyton Manning had Reggie Wayne, Marvin Harrison, Dallas Clark, Edgerrin James, a great O-line. They spent a ton of money and they won one title there. Is it worth it? And that's what I say with Hurts. Hurts can't carry a ball team now. Let's do this. If you took A.J. Brown and you took Dallas Goedert and you took one of your tackles, Landon Dickerson, I'll give you Kelsey. You think Jalen wins the Super Bowl or he wins 10 games? No way. He ain't that guy. Majority of the league's not. The majority of the league is not that. So I'm with you. Okay? That's what Dallas is right now. Dallas is sitting there doing this. I was talking to Michael Irvin the other day, and Michael Irvin's like this. He goes, would you pay Dak Prescott $60 million? I'm like, what's your option? Cooper Rush? Do you go to Cooper Rush, not pay the money, and spend that money on three other good players? That's kind of what San Francisco's doing. What do you do? Because you're going to have that conversation in Philly if Jalen has an okay year. I heard Kayla today, or was it yesterday? She was talking about, I don't think he's going to bounce back to a Pro Bowls type season. I think he's going to be okay. That's not going to be good enough to pay a guy $55 million just to say he's good enough. That's not good enough. You can't keep throwing money after money and not getting the result. By the way, showing up to postseasons. So I guess some people are happy that the Cowboys in the last 3 years have won 36 games. What has that gotten you? Dak Prescott has cost them almost $150 million winning 36 regular season games and has not won one playoff game. Oh, wait. He beat Brady. They got crushed by the Packers, and they got beat by the 49ers. I'm like, what have they done in the last 3 years to justify the 150? Nothing. And don't tell me, well, it's the market. Well, I'm not going to pay because the market tells me Dak Prescott $60 million. Then you have to wonder at the end of the day here, if the Dallas Cowboys or if Dak Prescott's people start looking like this, maybe we have to leave Dallas and go somewhere else to win a championship. Maybe we have to go somewhere else. These $50, $60 million quarterbacks don't pan out. They don't pan out. And if they do, it's early, not late when you have to pay them. Once you pay these quarterbacks, and it's not named Patrick Mahomes, you're in a kill zone where you've got to debate, do I keep paying this guy more, losing other players on my team? Because the more I pay him, the further I get away from winning championships. You know, Barb, you could say that Dak's a failure. 95% of the league then. The quarterback market is out of, if the running back market is not right, the quarterback market is not right. You know, I think one day they're going to put a cap on this. They're going to put a cap on this thing. Okay? They've got to. The more you're escalating these salaries at that position, the more you're hurting your team. You're not helping your team by paying these quarterbacks $50, $60 million. You're not. And get this, the best the Eagles have been under Hurts is when Hurts was making $1.5 million. You think the team's going to get better? I think that's a great question with the draft and free agency here now. You think the Eagle roster is going to get better over the next 3 years when you're paying all these guys? Do you think they're going to get, that roster is going to get, you think they'll will Jalen ever play with a roster better than 22? I say no. I say that's the best roster that guy will ever play on because of the money that they're spending in other places in the offense. The quarterback market is killing these teams. And that's the parity the league loves. They love it. They love that, man. Okay? Absolutely. All right, let's get over to the defense this year and what Vic has to do.